Advent is the start of the liturgical year for the church, and it is a season marked by joy and expectation and waiting. It actually marks two things, both the coming of Jesus at Christmas so long ago, but also our waiting and hope for the second coming, for that expectation that we have. I know that it's hard to enter into a season that feels like running around and trying to find the perfect gift for somebody. So these tips are meant for us to slow down and to be able to really allow Christ to enter into our lives. If you can make it to daily Mass, do that. But if you can't, be sure to go online and to find the readings for the day. Advent is read more like a story than other times in the church and other seasons, especially the Gospels. If you just read each Gospel every day of Advent, you would be able to enter into a story more so than other times. And so I think to have that ability to really read the scripture and to be with the heart of the church is a great idea, especially if you have young children. Maybe you could read the gospel each night to them before they go to bed. One of the aspects of Advent, less so than Lent, is that it is a penitential time. We are emptying our hearts and emptying our lives. And so there is a great need for reconciliation and to do some penance. And a great way to do that is through service. Maybe there's a soup kitchen you could go and serve at one of the Sundays of Advent or one of the Saturdays of Advent that you could do as a family. Maybe there's a service project that you've been hoping to do. Young people, you could go next door and offer to shovel snow or to rake leaves. Anything that really allows you to go outside of yourself and to really serve another person, I think is a great way to really enter in. Is to light your Advent wreath more than just on Sunday. It happens at Mass, and I think we forget the symbolism and the beautiful things that the Advent wreath can teach us and the beautiful ways that we see Christ breaking through our day. We always light candles in the liturgy to show that Christ breaks through the darkness of sin and death, and so that Advent wreath is a representation of that, and to really be waiting in joy and waiting in hope. And so each night of Advent, light the wreath, have dinner with your family, and make sure that you're praying a prayer with that. Actually, my favorite tip, really invest in the Liturgy of the Hours. If you haven't prayed them before, the Liturgy of the Hours, it's the prayer of the church. Every religious is required to pray it. It's the way of really sanctifying time. There's morning prayer, there's evening prayer, there's night prayer, and it really becomes the prayer of the church. Just like the readings, it becomes a story. And so it really allows us to take time during our day and to allow Christ to break through, I think, in a more profound way than just doing a reading at one point during the day. It really does allow us to prepare for the coming of Christ, especially as we get closer to Christmas. Starting December 17th is the O Antiphons. An antiphon is a little song of praise that you sing as part of call and response. You can say it, don't worry. And I always just say it for Liturgy of the Hours. But that actually prepares us. And it's Old Testament antiphons that show us the coming of Christ. And so there's all sorts of cheater guides online for it. You don't have to worry about, are you praying the right thing or are you not praying the right thing? But that will allow you to definitely sanctify your time during Advent.